and saying that facts are, it's just, I can't believe that we're here.
Caitlin, that was a great interview. All right, moving on.
Anyway, well, not moving on, because listen, that's a big issue when it comes to the American. Hold on, please, with the music.
Yo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
For the victory lap, though. Whoa, they ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I stress overcome, what for? Train in the trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands, and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no channel for champions and chain no fear. Yup, the champ is here, switch gears. We keeping haters in the rear.
It's Common Sense back for another reaction video. You already know it's your boy Anime Swag Fitness, Big Girl Fashion, Sharpie 90, and Liftish on YouTube.
Y'all, this is C. Julius Workout. Check me out on YouTube and Instagram. And don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, and share this content.
Yeah, please. So we got another reaction video. I'll be frank, I haven't really seen any of this shit. But I heard that, your boy Don, he just
Don Lemon, man. He went off.
Yeah, man. And to me, it's funny because it's like he's working with primarily women and white women at that. So I guess we should have seen this shit coming, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly the reason why I want to do this topic. I think a lot of people are missing some of the. Well, we'll watch the video, but I'm gonna give you my take. I think people are missing
a lot of content.
There's a big issue, but I think there's an overarching issue that people don't want to really discuss.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so before we start the video, let's get a little context. So,
oh my bad, because you know more than I do. So
yeah, so we got two different videos. I think I want to say back when. I think it's during the World Cup, right? They were on CNN.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit.
Poppy Harlow, Caitlin Collins, I believe her name is Collins, and then Don Lemon were discussing the pay gap, right? And y'all probably remember the U.S. women's team wanted to get paid more money, and they had this discussion about should women get paid more? Why they should get paid more? Don Lemon gave his opinion, which I think most people agree with, and it kind of spurred this kind of debate. And basically, Caitlin Collins kept cutting Don Lemon off, and it kept pissing him off, right? And then fast forward to December 2022, apparently there was an he started yelling at her in the back, in the back area, not on live.
Yeah.
And production had to get involved. It was this crazy situation. And then fast forward to I guess this week today, they got into it. He basically pretty much, I would say, attacks her credibility as a reporter on live. So we're gonna show you all that, and then we're gonna give our reaction.
Yeah, I get that one. Boom.
Citing the New York Post as a credible source and saying that facts are, it's just, I can't believe that we're here.
Caitlin, that was a great interview. All right, moving on.
Anyway, well, not moving on, because that's a big issue when it comes to the American. Hold on, please, with the music.
Yo, I'm sorry.
You ain't never seen that on TV before, right?
He did this shit.
Hold on.
Hold on, music. He was serious as fuck, yo. This motherfucker went straight back to comedy, yo. That shit was funny as fuck. He was like, yo, you got me fucked up, yo.
and you see Poppy's her hand, she is oh, this shit about to be crazy. She already know where he going with this.
Exactly.
She already know. She's a person on the show that's not really involved in it, but she's there seeing it. So she's kind of is really, in my opinion, this shit's good for ratings.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love.
Because the ratings suck right now. They need drama or something. So.
I'm saying right now, if I was the producer, I'd be in that back, yo, let your shit off, cuz. I would, yo, for real.
That's a big issue when it comes to the American people. The American people are going to have to suffer through all of this stuff, from election deniers to people who don't believe in facts, who don't have a shared reality. And now it's taking center stage to people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, an election denier, a conspiracy theorist, a QAnon sort of influencer or supporter presiding over the House of Representatives. Mm-hmm. It's a sad day for America when that happens, and it's a sad time for us when we have to deal with it.
Okay, so here's the context you need to understand what just happened there. Caitlin Collins is interviewing James Comer, head of oversight now, who's doing all the investigations. And in that interview, he mentioned something about the New York Post, cited something, referred to the New York Post. And then they wrapped. And when they tossed back to the studio, Don Lemon was chastising her in that clip for not challenging him on referencing the New York Post. Like, how could you? No, this is a big deal. The nation relies on, whatever, reporting, good reporting. And then starts talking about other people who we shouldn't be giving platforms to and so on. So he's clearly got an issue with how she did the interview and chose to raise it on the air. And then so much so that he staved off the commercial break so he could finish making his point about how she should have handled that. Let me tell you, as somebody who has co-anchored with a lot of great co-anchors, no guy has ever done that to me. No guy has even ever come close to doing that to me. And that's not to say that I've never had a disagreement with a co-host on how an interview went or how the rhythm went on the air. That is totally disrespectful and out of line.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so do you have the clip that's from a few months ago from the soccer team?
Is it the other one you sent me, right?
Yeah, it's the other one. Because I want you to play that so people can see, so that's Don Lemon basically firing back at Caitlin. And then you can show you, Don early on firing back at Caitlin. This not Caitlin showing, cutting him off. Just so you have context of, because you may be watching that thinking, damn, that's kind of rude, but just watch how she reacts.
The exchange between the two of them that we believe this was based on from that day of air. Watch this.
We're told that we're standing by for the President of the United States.
It's been 10 months since held in captivity.
8:30 this morning. I expected to speak at the White House at any moment now.
And one
he
thing
was
to
briefed.
watch.
Stand by. He was briefed. Did you want to say?
No, I think we should bring in Jonathan Franks.
Okay. So there was some interrupting. It happens when you co-host a show. It happens. I hosted a show with Bill Helmer for 3 years. I was on the air with Brett Baer more times than I can count. And sometimes somebody gets on your nerves. What you don't do is scream at them after the fact. Later you say, oh, we stepped on each other. Oh, it's all about servicing the audience if you're a professional. If you're a douchebag, you scream at the woman next to you and blame it on her.
Yeah, I generally try to avoid.
You know why I'm really irritated about this shit? Is you notice how she said, she was very specific. You don't scream. She said you don't scream at the woman. So if this was Piers Morgan, you know what I'm saying, and Bill Maher, nobody would have a fucking problem with it. But it's the fact that she's a woman. That's the issue that she had. And let's make it very clear, it's extremely rude to keep cutting people the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my number one pet peeves. It's all right, once, okay, twice or whatever, right? And I can guarantee what the fuck happened was that he tried to approach her afterwards, in a calm fashion, and she was trying to play fucking stupid. Because, you say what you want, Don is, for the most part, he a pretty even-keeled dude. And I think he's gay, right?
Yeah, he is.
He's gay, married to a dude, right? You know what I'm saying? So the fact that this motherfucker was one of the ones that spazzing out on your ass tells you how fucking bad this shit is. I'm just no motherfucker, you were wild and you was out of pocket, and I tried to check you on it, right? And you thought you was gonna one up me or whatever, right? And then I think that's what really happened. I think that he got tired. And so I think what's the frustrating part about, especially for men and shit like that sometimes, is that it's women are allowed to say whatever the fuck they want to us, right? Can raise their voice, put their hands on us, yell at us, but then as soon as we raise our voice, then it's oh my God, I can't believe he would even yell. Who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? And that's why, the people, you're kind of aggressive sometimes. You goddamn right, I'm motherfucking aggressive. I don't want nobody ever fucking thinking that just because that they're a woman and I'm a man, that you can say whatever the fuck. And I keep that energy no matter where the fuck I go. You get two with me, for real. I'm gonna give you the first chance. I'm all right, you wild and you need to chill out, right? The second time you come in the pocket, I'm yo, who the fuck is you talking to, yo? For real. Like, you know, and they'll look at me like, too, like I'm really, and it's funny as fuck, especially when it's like a broad too, and she trying to do that shit, like, and I've had to do it in work settings before. I've had to do it in work settings before with like grown ass women before who completely out of pocket. And I'm gonna say this shit too. So this is back when I was in the military, right? There's a chick, right, who was like our duty armor, right? So we're doing rounds, you know, for like security and shit like that on the base or whatever. So every time we would have to like do a check, we would have to like either say it over the radio or and we're supposed to say it over the radio. Or you can text her your times directly. But what we're supposed to do is say it on the radio. She's supposed to be listening to the radio any motherfucking way, and then she's supposed to do the times like that. It's a courtesy to text her. I don't have to do shit, right? And I should fucking air her shit out because I can't stand this bitch. But I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm saying? Because she just the worst, right? So here's the shit, right? And she just got promoted, right, to E5, right? Maybe like 6-7 months ago, whatever, right? She was like my age, like 32, 33, something like that, right? And so she's in the armory. She's supposed to be, you know, doing her shit or whatever, right? So then I'm making my rounds, and I sent her the times, right, from my phone. And I verified that. Like, all of us, we sent her the times. Her phone was fucking up, right? So here's the thing. She's 32, 33 years old, around the same age as me, and she's an E5, right? What does she do? Does she call me like an adult? No. What the fuck she does is she goes to my supervisor, right? Who I have. So if you're watching this, you know, we good, we got love, but I ain't like the way you handle that situation. I'm just keep fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm always got love and I fuck with you, like legitimately. And you've been up with me. That was one situation I was like, nah, you need to stop doing this shit, bro, for real. So she called him, and then I guess bitched him on or whatever, and then he called us about the shit. You see what I'm saying? He called us about the shit, and I'm just like, why are you? And I asked him, so why are you calling me? He's like, look, it's just not a big deal. I said, no. Why are you calling me? I said, she's not a brand new 18, 19-year-old like sailor. Okay, she's 32 years old. She got like a fucking 10-year-old. Okay, and with the same rank, so there's no issue with that. So then I called her. She don't pick up the goddamn phone, right? And I knew the time frame we was doing turnover, right? So I called her. I called my homegirl. She picks up the phone, right? And I was like, I said, is she in there right now? He's like, yeah, she's in there right now. I said, is somebody like on the phone with her? She's like, no. I said, cool, let me holler at her real quick. I said, yeah, why the fuck didn't you just like call and text me? She's like, why didn't you just like come to me and say anything? Then she tried to spaz out. When she was like really start like popping off on the phone at me. She was like, it's not my job to be running after you. You know what I'm saying? I said, and Hall, who the fuck are you talking to? Okay? As I said, and it's funny too, because even when I went on base for my last couple of days, they brought that situation up. They was like, yo, you really cussed. I said, absolutely. I said, let's make this very fucking clear. We sent you all of this shit. I said, even if we didn't, you're a grown-ass woman. And we have the same rank on top of that. And you saying you want to be a supervisor in the fucking military and you can't handle a conflict, a possible conflict with somebody, and so you tell your supervisor, right, and you're supposed to be an immediate supervisor in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And then you gonna sit up here and try to flex and then pop off to me when I ask you why you didn't just come to me like an adult. And she was like, well, it's just not really much. I'm like, yes, the fuck it is your job. Okay, let's make this very fucking clear. I was like, first off, bitch, and I did call it that. I said, first off, bitch, you're supposed to be listening to the radio any fucking way. Let's make that very fucking clear. I ain't gotta text you shit. Okay? I do that as a courtesy because I know it's hard to hear a lot of the radio traffic. Let's make that very fucking clear in the first place. I said, and if you'd have came and you'd have talked to me, and if I was wrong in that situation, I would have apologized. I said I've had no bad dealings with you, right? So then, you know what I'm saying, I hang up the phone to her, right? I cussed the fuck out. Hang on the phone to her, so then I'm like trying to talk to like, you know, the supervisor at the time. I'm just like, why did you fucking like, you know what I'm saying, like do that shit or whatever. She was just upset. I said, so the fuck what? Who the fuck cares? She's an E5, okay? And if you don't know, for the military, E5 that's it. You have to be able to do everything on your own, and you have to be able to teach other people how to do their fucking job. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I was like, yo, like, I get it, she's a woman and all this shit. I said, but it don't fucking matter in this job field. If she cannot stand on her own 2 feet, she's gonna leave this command, she's gonna go somewhere else, and somebody's gonna be like, why the fuck can't she do what the fuck she's supposed to do? She's an E5, she's a leader. I said, you keep fucking coddling her, that's the fucking problem. I said, that's the fucking problem. If you want to work in this male-dominated society, you need to be able to hold your own. So if you can't even handle a simple conflict with me, what the fuck is she finna do if shit really do pop off? And I need you to have my back. And then somebody shooting at me, and you looking around, and you gonna go run and go get somebody, that's what the fuck you gonna do, or you gonna bust back? That's the fucking problem. It is. Nobody wants to just say the truth. That's the fucking problem. They feel like that, like you cannot be in this world and try to operate the same as us and then be upset when a motherfucker holds you accountable. He ain't put his hands on you or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So nigga Ray said, who the fuck care? Shit, yell back, like literally start yelling back. Start yelling back. Oh, fuck you, little dick ass, whatever. Who the fuck cares? Like, who cares? Like,
yeah. No, I agree, man. And that's the thing. Watching that video, I wish like I think part of the problem with too is with Don is like maybe because he is gay, there's that lack of like. So like in your situation, I think the woman just made a bad decision, but I do think she does have a general fear of you as a man, and I think to an extent, Caitlyn doesn't like. I feel like to an extent she doesn't see Don as like she doesn't respect him. Like she doesn't respect him, right? Because you think about like this, right? On TV or in a podcast, whatever, when you cut someone off, it makes for really bad content.
It does.
So for you to do that, to me, it's just like it just shows lack of respect for your co-host.
There you go.
Now, the one thing I will say is with CNN's ratings being so bad, I think they are trying to maybe, as an excuse for why she was doing what she was doing, I think maybe they're trying to like go to more the Fox format, where I don't know if you watch like on Fox News, they have The Five, some of their other panel shows where they discuss, like they debate. But even then, if you watch them, they don't cut each other off.
No.
Caitlyn was just like literally like, and there's more clips of her constantly just cutting this dude off.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, you can't do that. Like that shit's rude. And it makes me wonder too. Like I was thinking about this earlier with all these like all these job layoffs. Is like it's gonna be interesting to see how. Like, where does Don Lemon and where does Caitlyn, where do they all lie on the woke totem pole? So when shit get real, shit gets sticky, we gotta start laying people off. Who's gonna be the first to go?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can make the case they both in the wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, who you gonna let go first?
Yeah.
The woman, the gay guy. It's just, and I think to an extent we gotten like, it's. We got so woke, like you gotta have the gay guy, you gotta have the woman, you gotta have the trans person. And it's just like we're not really focused on just putting out pure good content, having general respect for each other. And I think that's just no one's really, I feel like people aren't bringing that up, but I'm like, you guys clearly don't respect each other. I think everyone has their own ego. They think they hotter than they really are. Oh, I'm on CNN. I'm like, and I think in one of the videos, I didn't send you this one, but Don even made a point. This is live. I think it was live on air. He was like, yeah, I'm like a black gay guy. He said that live on air, like, y'all ain't gonna fucking fire me.
Yeah.
And like, shit's out of hand, man. And I guarantee you, Caitlyn probably thinks the same thing. I'm a white female. Y'all ain't gonna fucking fire me.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna mess around. They're gonna fire either one of y'all or both of y'all.
Yeah. And I'm not even like a huge Don Lemon fan like that. Like, I ain't got no beef with him or whatever, but like sometimes I look off him, whatever, right? Like, but yeah, this shit is just mad. Like, I could never, right? And I'm not even trying to say this like because it's like all white, because it's really not. Like it's especially like, what's crazy too. The one thing I've noticed, I get along with white people from like the countryside the best. I'm not talking about like down in Mississippi and all. We all know them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
You mean more like Midwest, like Iowa, Nebraska, shit like that.
Most of the best people I have ever met in my entire life, black or white, come from there, right? And the worst ones usually come from situations like that. For real, this feels super entitled and super privileged.
Yeah, the most issues I have with people, usually people from like the city, regardless of the race.
Yeah, it is. It's always them. Again, I don't have an issue with white people in general. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? But those white people, right there, those are the ones I don't fucking like. Right there, because you feel entitled, you feel privileged, and then you gonna try to weaponize that motherfucking privilege, right? You know what I'm saying? Like really. Like, and I'm glad that nothing really super bad, but they even said that at one of the videos that like apparently they get security involved just to get him removed. Why? Because he was yelling. And it goes back to the age-old thing, right? That if you were brother and you yelling in a corporate setting, they automatically gonna see you as a threat.
And And I thought,
and we know, you know, I'm right. I know I'm right. Right? And anybody else who watches the video can be like, that's not true, and everything like that. I've seen it happen. I've seen, when I used to work in Canada, I saw that Doug and David, you used to yell on the floor all the time at each other and they fucking hate each other's guts. But once I was at 21, right, I got into one of the guys that I work with or whatever, right? So we're yelling. That's it, right? We're yelling. They call security and escorted me off the premises. They're doing the exact same thing they did on a regular fucking basis.
yeah, I remember one time I was at a job and I basically pulled a Don Lemon and I was yelling completely irrational. And I knew when I went over the top, in my mind I was like, yo, I'm thinking like I'm pissed and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'm willing to go to jail at night. like that's like in our minds, that's on the table.
Yeah.
And it has to be because you do look this is not a good look. This is not a good look.
But yeah, this is another great reaction video. We can keep them churning out. We can get both of these a couple of videos coming up in the next week. And just like always, like, comment, subscribe. You got anything else I should consider?
No, I'm good, man. It was a good video.
Okay. All right. Well, this is Common Sense, and we are out. Peace.
Peace.